Kicks on, we'll kick it off. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to this interesting semester. Probably going to be this way for a little while. We're going to start things off with some introductions today. I'll start. My name is Anthony Yatoni. I am the president of the Severe Weather Club. This will be my second semester. Well, I guess last semester I only got in half, but this is my second semester of this. A little background information about me. I'm currently this is currently my sixth year of college. First 3 years I started out at a community college and didn't know what I wanted to do. Math scared me, so I steered away from weather. And then I was in computer, so I still had to do math anyway, but not near as much. And then I was going through the computer classes, and I said, okay, this is dry. This is boring. I don't want to do this. And my advisor said, why don't you, we're going through classes, going over them, and said, Introduction to Weather and Climate. And I said, yeah, sign me up for that. After the first class, I was like, okay, I can do this. I want to do this. And then my teacher at the time actually went to Western in the 70s or 80s. I don't really know when he said. And he's like, yeah, you should go there. I said, okay, didn't even know Western had a program. I was like, okay, yeah, that's great. And so here I am. I'm here, happy, healthy, thank goodness. And I'm looking forward to what the semester has to offer. Things for the club are going to be a little bit different. Obviously, we're going to be online, and we might eventually get to meet, but that's probably not going to happen. It really kind of just will boil down to what we can do and can't do. But yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I don't really know where to hand this off to. I guess I'll hand it off to whoever wants to step up and go, I guess.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So, my name is Ian Stearns, and I am a junior meteorology major here at WIU. I also minor in GIS and math. Both of those are really common minors for the major, so if you ever find yourself needing a minor, those are two really good options for you. And I'm also the secretary of the Severe Weather Club. Yeah, that's a bit about me.
All right, I'll go. I'm Nathan Stoll, and I'm a junior meteorologist and GIS minor too. And I'm the treasurer of the Severe Weather Club, and that's about it.
Kenny, do you want to go next?
I was about to, yeah. So I'm Kenny. I am also in my sixth year of college. I have a similar backstory to Anthony of 3 years at a community college and then figuring out that maybe meteorology might be fun. I have a meteorology major and I'm moving into a geology minor. It might flip-flop, who knows? Still working that out. I am not a ranking person here. I am just an existing member for 3 years now. Yes. And I have a bag set if anyone want to meet up outside. That's all.
Nice. Felicity, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Felicity. I'm a law enforcement major and a forensic psych minor, so not quite like most of the group. This is my second year being a part of the club and my second year on campus. So
Nice.
I'll go next.
Brandon, you want to go next? Who's going?
I'll go next.
Oh, perfect.
My name is Anthony Tenorella, and I am a freshman major at WIU, and no minor. I love weather and math, so that's pretty much it.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, you are.
All right, I'll go next. I'm Brandon Maxey. I'm a senior. My major is in meteorology and minor in emergency management, and I'm the webmaster.
Awesome.
My name is Chase Ropanak. I'm a freshman here. Major is meteorology, and I've just been interested in storms my whole life. Always wanted to be a storm chaser. My parents played the movie Twister over and over when I was a kid, so I kind of just grew into it. But yeah, it's what I want to do for a living is storm chasing. So I gotta figure out somehow, and that's through this.
All right, my name's Anna Noble. I'm a junior meteorology major with a broadcasting and journalism minor. Though that may change, I want to change to the applied meteorology major. I'm not sure entirely how that's going to work, but yeah, and I've been in the club for 3 years.
So my turn. I'm Dr. Finch. I'm the advisor for the club. I've been here at Western for almost 20 years, and I love teaching meteorology.
All right. Thanks everybody for introducing themselves and getting accustomed to club life. And then now I'm just going to go over a few little things. What we do as a club is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. We normally go out, we do some outreach, talk to schools, hold events, basically about severe weather. When we had so many events last year that we were planning on doing that ended up getting canceled towards the end. In March, we typically go to Monmouth to get the Boy Scouts their weather badges. We do that. Let's see. Last year we had in Macomb their Earth Day. We were going to go there, and that got canceled. We've had a trip scheduled to visit the National Weather Service in Lincoln. That got canceled. We had conferences that we were going to go to, got canceled. But yeah, so basically we do stuff like that. We do homecoming events too, but obviously that's not going to happen. So we try to be involved as much as we can. And with as many people as we have, we do a pretty good job of staying involved in campus and basically being there to those events. And then the first thing that I would like you to do, if you haven't done so yet, which most of you have, there's a few that you might not have, go on to, it's called Purple Post. Let me see if I can pull this up really fast. Okay. So if you go to, I don't know when this will show up for you guys.
We got it.
Okay, so if you go to wiu.edu and you go down to this My WIU and you go down to Purple Post, if you click on that, you'll be able to, well, you have to sign in. And then once you sign in, you'll actually be able to search for organizations. And then once you do this, you can just type in severe, and then we'll show up here. And then what I would like you to do is there should be a button that says follow or request membership or something. I'm not sure exactly what the button says, but once you do that, you'll get placed into our roster. And then our roster, every time we do something on there, which isn't often, but it's possible that we might start doing it more now since we've become more online based anyway. So that's certainly possible that we might start doing stuff on there. So if you could do that and actually go through and do that if you haven't, that would be great to get us started. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is coming up in a few weeks. If you're in Synoptic, you guys still doing the weather challenge as a grade in Synoptic? Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to do the weather challenge.
Okay. So even if you're not in Synoptic students have to do it no matter what. So, I mean, obviously I haven't had Synoptic in a while, but I'm still going to do it because it's a fun little thing to do. The weather challenge is basically a daily forecasting competition for various cities across the U.S. You pick the high temperature, low temperature, the wind speed, and the rainfall for this location. And you can actually win awards if you get the highest score. The top 2 people in each category win trophies, and the categories are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, graduate students, faculty members, and alumni. So if you place top 2 in your category, you win a trophy. Last year I got 3rd, and I was pretty unhappy. Missed it by 2 points. So I was pretty upset there. But then at the end of the year, as long as you and your school does well, you actually get placed into the team competition. And last year we placed into the team competition for the first time, but it ended up getting canceled towards the end of the year. So we didn't actually get to compete for first place across the country. I think we ended up 14th to 15th out of 40 some meteorology schools in the country. So that's pretty good for us. First time we ever played, so that was nice. And then at the end of the year, there's also a competition, individual competition, to where you can compete for the grand finale trophy, which is a pretty big deal if you actually end up winning. Last year we had Dr. Bucher and Rich advanced last year. I think Rich made it to top 32. I think Bucher got eliminated in the first round, but it's fun. It's $5 for a whole year, $3 for a semester. So it's really cheap, and it's just great forecasting experience. You get to look at all the models and everything else and see what you think is going to happen. And it's a great way to learn. You can see something, you're like, okay, why did this happen? You can go back and you can start noticing trends, and these trends are great to actually be able to forecast with. And there's certain things in certain cities that you have to look out for. If you're in a mountainous area, you definitely got to look out for winds coming down the mountain, and it's just a great experience to get into. So if you're interested, we'll be talking about that more in a few weeks once it comes up. I'd show you the website, but I think it's still under construction. They completely redid it this summer. So it's going to be a brand new interface, which is great because it was overdue for that anyway. Kind of excited to see where that takes us with the weather challenge. And then the next thing is going to be, last year we were going to order shirts, and we ended up not because of coronavirus, because we were going to come back from spring break and place the order. But what happened was nobody ended up coming back because the school got shut down. So we still could order shirts, but we'll just think about it. I think I don't remember the prices, and I don't have the things pulled up right now for the images. But I'll pull those up next week, and then we can talk further more about whether or not we actually want to pursue that this semester, kind of hold off for next semester. It's kind of, I think Taylor's is still open. I'm not 100% sure if they're still operating, but I would assume they are. I haven't went in there and talked to them. I haven't emailed them or anything. So we can talk about that a little bit more next week as we get into it and whether or not you guys want to pursue that. And then, so now what I want to do is actually,
Anthony,
yeah.
We have some T-shirts left over from previous years.
Okay.
So if our freshmen, Chase and Anthony, if you guys want T-shirts, we have them. Okay. My office is in Tillman Hall, room 413B. If you send me an email, I'll be sure I'm there and I can show you what we have. Okay.
I forgot about that. I knew there were some, but I didn't know exactly
Yep.
where they were at. Okay. And then so now what I want to do is basically kind of give everybody a little bit of an introduction to the stuff you're probably going to see from us this semester, as far as various weather tools that we're going to use. There's a lot of things in this class. If you feel overwhelmed, just let us know. We can break it down. We don't want to be too technical. We want to try to get it to where entry-level people can understand what we're talking about. We're not all meteorology majors, so we want to make sure everyone understands. And so this first website I want to show you, it's called Pivotal Weather. And Pivotal Weather has all sorts of models. It has just honestly the best models you can probably have, and it includes the Euro. The Euro is not always free, and with Pivotal it is. Pivotal is more of an advanced website to use models with. There's so many different things you can do with Pivotal. They have obviously upper air, upper height stuff, surface precipitation. You've got upper air dynamics, severe weather stuff. There's so much you can do. Right now, the model I have up is actually in severe weather. There's a crossover showing surface winds, 800 millibar level winds, and 500 millibar level winds. So basically, if you're out storm chasing, you want to see these. The red ones veered, so they want to be coming from the southeast, and then you want to see the blue ones, you want to be coming from the south, and then you want to see the black ones coming from the west, so that way you get the turning of the atmosphere. Turning of the winds is what you really want to see out of this. That's, like I said, that's pretty advanced. Once you get into synoptic, you'll understand a little bit more, and the dynamic will really hit home. And that's this website. And then the next one, this is weather.cod. This one is actually a lot more user-friendly, especially for novice people that are just getting into it. And it has various models. So at the top here, the HRR, which is a pretty high-resolution model that many people are going to use for hourly forecasts that's within 6 to 12 hours. It's typically pretty accurate. Sometimes it has its downfall. And all these tabs up here are different models. And this one does not include the Euro. And the Euro is basically it's typical 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the better model to use. But they all are going to vary a little bit. But like I said, this one's a lot better to use, a lot user friendly. So you can look at temperature. And basically, I'm on the GFS. Let me go to the 18Z here. And so basically, this is just showing temperature right off the bat, and you should see in the next coming weeks here that it should be a cool down coming in. There it is, right there. So obviously, we're expecting a cool down to come in within the next week or two. But yeah, that's this. There's so many other things that we're going to do, but I won't get into that today. We'll save that for another day. And then the next website that I want to show everybody is the CPC. This is the Climate Prediction Center. And so these guys are going to throw out outlooks 6 to 10 days, 8 to 14 days, 3 to 4 weeks, 1 month, 3 months. And so I just clicked on the 6 to 10 temperature day, or the outlook for the temperatures. And they're saying that our area has looks like 65 to 70% chance of being below average temperatures, which is actually pretty decent amount of it being below the typical temperatures for this time of the year. And then if we go on the same thing and go to precipitation, we can see that we have a 40% chance of seeing above average precipitation in our area, which we need the rain anyway, so that is terrific. That's another website, the CPC. Most of these we'll get into. Some of these we won't this semester, but eventually we will get into all of them. And then I wanted to show this for the month of August. This is the National Weather Services. I believe this is ILX or Lincoln, showing their precipitation for the month of August across the state, or basically central Illinois. And we can see that the most of the state actually did not receive a lot of rain, especially our area here, right through here, only received, it looks like, maybe a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain for the whole month, which is kind of sad for August. And then we can look at this map to the right and show that the departure from the normals, which is basically, on normal, how much do you typically get? And in this area, we were 3 inches below normal for August. So it's been a little bit of dry around here. Yesterday certainly helped, which is good. I don't think it's going to rain until maybe this weekend, but it's going to be not for a little bit. I mean, hopefully we get some more rain in. And then if you're in Synoptic, you'll get this too. But if you're not, it's a great way to learn how to read weather-related text. So if you go to the National Weather Service website and you click on any location, so I've got Quad Cities National Weather Service pulled up here. And if you go to forecast and you actually go to forecast discussion right here, this will actually tell you exactly what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. So obviously the synopsis is basically an overview of what's happening. And they're saying that there's a front from southern Wisconsin across southern Minnesota, and then a stronger front was across the Dakotas and into western Nebraska. And so basically, if you read this, it'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. They do the synopsis, and then they do the short term, which is I think tonight and tomorrow. And then long term is 3 or 4 days out, and then they'll do a few days ahead, and they'll do typically a weekend or something else. And if you read through all this, it kind of gives you an idea of what is happening. And the good thing is, these blue lines, if you click on them, it'll actually show you the definition. So if you're confused about what they mean, you can actually look at these definitions. It's like a shortwave trough, obviously, mid or upper part of the atmosphere. So which is, if I would have known this coming in, I would have looked at these every day, but I didn't really realize these were there until, I don't know, it was later on in my meteorology background. And these are just great tools to learn and actually see what their meteorologists at the National Weather Service are thinking. And so that way you can actually see that, and then you might be able to go back on weather maps and be like, okay, I understand that because of this and this, and then you kind of start piecing pieces together. Once you get in Synoptic, you'll be able to get into these a little bit more and whatnot. And then the next website, this is a UCAR website, and what this does is it shows you current surface observations at any airport that has a AWOS station. So AWOS is it's not a major airport. There are major airports on here, but most of these stations are not major. So MQB is right here. So that's the Macomb. So right now, Macomb is sitting at 79 for the temperature and 66 for the dew point with a southwest wind. And it looks like I think that's 5 miles an hour. I don't think that's in knots. I think that's in miles an hour. And so if you're out storm chasing or if you want to see fronts coming in, click on this and you'll be able to actually see fronts. So you can go anywhere. And they said there's a front in the Dakotas. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. So you can definitely tell there's something going on here. And I won't dig into this too much today, but you can definitely tell that something's going on in the Dakotas and into Nebraska, like they said. They said that there's another sharper cold front out here, or whatever they said. And you can definitely tell that by these winds coming from the northwest and whatnot. So this is another great website. Like I said, if you're out storm chasing, you can see current temperatures, trends, and stuff like that. Or even if you want to see, fronts, you can compare this with the Weather Prediction Center, or what the heck is it? Yeah, the Weather Prediction Center. And then you can actually compare this with surface analysis, and you can see there's that cold front right there entering the Dakotas on northwesterly wind coming out of Canada. And you can see this, and this here, you can actually just train yourself. So I do this a lot. I actually use this, and I look at these surface analysis, these surface observations, and I actually try to tell myself, where do I think the front is? And this is a good learning tool to do that with. You don't have to, but it's just a great tool to use. And then the next thing I'll show you is the Storm Prediction Center website, and I actually have this brought up because there's actually 2 days out, there's a 10% chance of tornadoes in Maryland, just a very small area. I won't dig into that too much today either, but there's this website here will actually give you their Storm Prediction Center's outlooks, and basically give you an idea of what they're thinking. We'll have all their mesoscale discussions, and then eventually we can dig into some deeper stuff if needed on this website. And then the next one is the National Hurricane Center, basically just showing all the disturbances and tropical storms and depressions and hurricanes out here. I haven't actually updated this, so let's see. I guess I did. Okay. And so we can see that the two storms there are Omar's moving out into the Atlantic Basin, and then we've got Nana, I don't know how to pronounce it, moving into Mexico, and then we've got two disturbances out here off the coast making their way across. So with that, those are the websites I wanted to show. Does anybody have any questions about those websites, any of them? No?
I have a question.
Okay.
What was some of the websites called? I was a little bit confused.
So I know I threw a lot out there at you. There was one called Pivotal Weather. That one's a model. Basically, you get models out of that, and a very few other things. And then you have weather.cod.edu. This is another website that is run by the College of DuPage, which is near Chicago. They do a very good job of this, and you can actually go in here and let me present again and actually look at various other things besides models. So this website actually allows you, especially during hurricanes or something else, and if you want to see satellite images, this website will actually have all satellite things and whatnot. So if you wanted to see, I don't know, we can just go into here, I guess, and look at some cloud formations here. So you can click on all these sectors here, and you can get even closer. So if you're out storm chasing, again, this is another great tool to use to see if any cumulus towers are going up or blowing up, you can definitely use this to see if there's CU fields coming, basically storms developing. It's just a great way to see this. And then you can also, this is visible satellite during the day. So once the day goes down, it will not be there. So you want to go to long wave IR. Oh yeah, they don't want to go long wave IR. You want to go to, well, you can go to long wave IR. There's so many different satellite or options out here. So if you want to see at night, this is the best way to see it. You can do the other ways, but you're not going to be able to see anything visibly because obviously there's no sunlight to reflect anything. So that's another thing with COD. The next one I add was cpc.ncep.noaa.gov, which is the Climate Prediction Center. Yeah.
Anthony, can you send out an email with all these links?
Yeah.
I mean, Kenny's doing a great job of posting the links, but it'd be nice to just have them all in one document.
Oh, no, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you, Kenny, for
and
your.
then Anthony and Chase can have those right there.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So I mean, those links there, we're going to bring those up a lot probably this semester. Not all of them, but most of them we're going to bring up. Anytime there's severe weather, anytime there's tropical systems coming in, we're going to bring those up and just discuss them. And we're going to have Ethan present on Hurricane Laura today, but he had a few setbacks and he wasn't able to get everything ready. And so he said that next week he'd have everything ready for a presentation about Hurricane Laura, which is great because that was an interesting storm, to say the least. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to talk about, positions-wise, I think the ones we have open are activities chair and meteorologic. I can't even say this word. I'm a meteorology major. Meteorology. Okay, meteorologically. Can't talk. Meteorology education. There we go. Finally got it out. Those two chairs are open. Ethan's going to do outreach and Brandon's going to be the webmaster. And then those two, if you're interested in those chairs, the activities chair is basically, obviously this chair is not going to be as useful as it would be in a normal semester. You go out, activities chairperson is responsible for finding activities for us to do. So obviously we used to do big pink volleyball, but I'm sure that's not happening. Stuff the bus, used to do that, not happening probably. That might happen, I don't know. Basically any activity on campus or off campus that this activity share think we might be interested in, that's what they do. They sign us up for that, they get the club ready. And the meteorology education chair is basically just a chair that will share insights about meteorological information, why this happened, why that happened, and just give various presentations about that stuff throughout the semester. So if you're interested in either of those chairs, let me know. You don't have to be a senior, junior. You can just be whatever anything. You don't have to even be a major. It's okay. If you're interested in those, just let me know, or let anyone that's on the board know. Then we'll get back to each other. Let's see. Is there anything else anyone wants to add? Because I'm about out of topics for the meeting here.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So I know that weather is unpredictable and stuff, but say like if there's any severe weather that comes in, do you guys do anything? Like, do you go out and, take record of what's happening or something? Or
so we officially can't say we chase due to university reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
we do go out. We will go out and watch the storm come in
storm
and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, as far as chasing goes.
It makes sense. You can't send college kids out storm chasing.
It's a liability issue for the university. Yeah. But I mean, as long as we're not affiliated with club, we can definitely do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I went to 11 different states in May into June.
Really?
I went from North Dakota down to Texas. Didn't see crap, but that's okay. So yeah, I mean, we go out even when we're not at club in the summer. Members will get together if they're interested in going anywhere.
So the other nice thing is we have former club members who are out and doing their careers. They still chase with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really nice. Get to meet some people who graduated, 5, 6, 7 years ago even.
Yeah. That's awesome. See, I went chasing with Colby and he graduated in 2013 or something, 14. It was a long time ago. And I went chasing with him. So yeah, we got a pretty good local chaser network in this area. So there's a lot of chasers that live around here and whatnot. And most of them have graduated from Western. So that's the other good thing. And then once you get out there, I mean, you'll start meeting other chasers and then you'll just have your own chaser little network. And I've met I met Rigsby this year. Lucio. Let's see. I met some big time guys this summer, and I haven't even scratched the surface as far as everyone else to meet. And I'm excited to get there. But like I said, it kind of hurts with there not being much conferences or whatnot going on. Because you can't get that face-to-face interaction with anybody, and it's all virtual, and nobody really wants to do anything virtual. And like this, I know we planned on going to New Orleans this year for the AMS, but pretty sure that's not going to happen. You can go if you want. I think they're still allowing people to go if you want to go, but it's probably strictly virtual, so we're gonna have to probably wait another year on that. So, yes, sir.
So if we ever have like those like if we have like some severe weather outbreaks in Illinois and anywhere in Illinois, like if we had like a tornado warning area, like how do you guys like go out and like not like investigate, but like go watch the storm and kind of like study, like how do you guys do that?
So what we typically will do is the Storm Prediction Center will have a pretty good idea a day or two ahead, and so that's when we'll start kind of going around their forecasts. You don't have to follow the Storm Prediction Center. You can make your own forecast and go out. And so, but once we see that they're kind of spot on to something, then we'll do our own investigating in the models. And then once we see that, okay, we like this area, we'll get together a day before and be like, let's just drive down here. And then you basically just go and try to pick an area that you think is going to be the area of interest. And so once you have your area of interest, you just sit there and you wait for stuff to develop. Then once you develop, you just basically chase after that. It's just a game of chance, really. You might have something, you might not. You never really know what you're going to get on a day. And then so once we find a storm we like, we'll chase it, we'll watch it, and so 9 times out of 10 it's going to get some kind of warning. It might not always be a tornado warning. It might be a severe thunderstorm warning. But for the most part, you're going to get some pretty good pictures. And I know a few of us that are trying to collect data. We have our own weather pods set up, and we try to collect data and actually see this data. I haven't got mine fully finished yet, but I know there are a few other people that have got theirs finished and set theirs out and collect data and then try to analyze this data from certain storms. So a few people do that. But as far as like being on the storm, it's basically you just got to be lucky. You got to pick your area, hold to your guns, and just hope to goodness something good happens. That's basically the best thing that you can do.
So it's kind of like waiting for the most wanted criminal to come past it. You just go right chase it.
Yes. I mean, sometimes I know over the summer, me and Rich were in Oklahoma. No, we were in Kansas. We were sitting in Kansas, and we were like, we're tired of waiting. Let's go after this storm. Went after that storm. Literally got 10 minutes down the road. Another storm blew up behind it, and we had to turn around because we were on the wrong storm. So we got too antsy, turned around. We were on a tollway too, which is the worst part. Had to get off the tollway. And so we turned around and we caught up to that storm. By the time we caught up to it, it had already been matured and it was dying out. So it's really just by chance. I mean, you got to be in the right spot at the right time. And for the most part, we'll get in the right area, but you just got to hope to goodness Mother Nature helps throw you a bone every now and then.
So one thing I'd like to mention, next fall, I'll be teaching a weather instruments class. And so if you're interested in collecting data, we build our own weather instruments. And so you'll know how to build your own suite of instrumentation so you can collect your data.
That's a fun class. I enjoyed that class a lot. A lot of hours spent on a computer and questioning myself why I'm doing this. I spent so many hours, it's not even funny. But in the end, it was worth it. I got a good experience, figured out what I needed to do. And now I've got my instrument here, but I don't know if I like it as much. I might invest into something else. I don't know. But yeah, it's a fun class to have. You learn a lot, and it's really, really helpful. And if you're interested in the research side of things, definitely. So
I'd recommend just taking it, period. Like that was a really good class to take. I enjoyed it greatly.
Yeah, you'll learn about electronics, you learn to solder, and then we build our own instruments, and you use your instrument to do some kind of field project.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. Anybody else have anything else to add? No? Okay, well, I guess we can probably wrap it up for this week, and I guess I will see you all next week, and hopefully we'll learn about Hurricane Laura and see what devastation she left behind. So, all right, thank you everybody for coming, and I will see you guys next week.
Thanks, Anthony.
Cool. See you.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Dr. Finch, Tony, can I talk to you guys?
Okay.